All right, gamers, today we went to a Lorcana Archazias Island sealed event, and these were my pulls that I got. So we're going to go over what we got and why I decided to take out the cards that I took out. So these are the cards that we didn't play with, and I have some regrets, honestly. And then these are the cards that I did play with. You can see that they're all still sleeved up. We played 3 rounds today, and we went undefeated with this sealed deck. So just keep in mind that with the sealed thing, everything's kind of different. You're going to get 6 packs, and your other people get 6 packs, and then they build a 40 card deck. I built a 40 card deck. I'm going to talk to you about it. And then we got 2 packs per win at Odyssey Games. So these are my 6 prize packs. Super excited about those, but this is what we got going on. For our 1-drops, our MVP was this Hey Hey, and it has the ally keyword, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, but the ally synergies really be hitting. So I would like to start this Hey Hey if I'm going second, just to go, I'd be able to challenge into other stuff on turn 3. And then Mulan, she has like a little scry ability. She says you draw a card, and then you can choose and discard a card. She's good if your hand is kind of filled with uninkables. And then these are the 1/3 archetypes, and both of them have the ally keyword. So again, hitting the ally keyword, super useful. I got Dawson here, another ally, and lots of times I forgot to do his trigger. His trigger says, once during your turn, when a card is put in your inkwell, you can look at the top card of your deck. You can be on either top or the bottom of your deck. So what you want to do with this is like get yourself the best next card for you, and it's pretty useful. It does some work. I liked it. And then I put this action in here, this water has memory, and it's kind of like the same thing as Dawson, but way better. It says look at the top 4 cards, and then you put the number 1 card that you want of those on top of your deck, and then you'll get to draw it next turn. Those are all the 1-drops that we had, and I like my choices of 1-drops. Mostly because I think those were the best options. The cards that we didn't go through, were there any 1-drops I excluded? I excluded Unconventional Tool because I didn't have Bell. I excluded Card Soldiers because he's a little bit too late, like having a damaged character. I don't know. And then this guy I didn't put in there because I'm not going to use his ability at all. But we'll talk about the cards that we regret not putting in a little bit later. We got Baymax, a 3/2 that you can play on 2, but he enters play exerted. But the thing with him is that he can be a challenge. Like, absolutely huge to have that 3 strength to be able to take out your other opponent's characters. So the name of the game with sealed, I think, is questing for 2. You need to be able to quest to win the game. So you better believe that lots of these 2 drop cards in Archazias Island are going to be questing for 2. So I got Sir Knight. He's a vanilla, but he quests for 2. We got Grandmother Fa. She gives a little bit of bonus strength. So I'd kind of load up the board. Like I put out Hey Hey and I quest this, and now this can quest for a challenge for 4 damage. And that was absolutely huge. We got Marie, same thing. She quests for 2. She was kind of a target because people don't want their strength going down, but that's all right. We got Bolt, the headstrong dog. This one did a lot of work for Cecilia when I played against her, but not so much for me. I never ended up playing Bolt, but like Cecilia played this today, and she was able to get so much like card draw and cycling off of this card. It was a good deal for sure. This Honey Marion is like a goat on turn 2. If your opponent has an exerted character, you get to gain more. I actually won a game today with this card. I was at 19, and then I played Honey Marion to get to 20. Super good. This one can heal some damage. I didn't really use this one at all. It was in the drink all the time. Matthias, 3/2, can give your queen character's ward. And there is a queen character in here that I was using that it actually like did a thing. And then the MVP 2-drop. I use this most all of my games. The MVP of the 2-drops, you pay it down. I usually do this on turn 3. You pay it down for 2, and then you can exert it right away and pay 1 more ink, and then chosen character gets challenger 2. So this was another wombo combo with the Hey Hey. I put Hey Hey down, and then I get to attack for 4 strength with this little 1-cost card. This was another huge one that procced so well with the training staff. Training staff gives you challenger 2. This already has challenger 2, so it's a 3/4 when it challenges. And then if you give it more strength with the training staff, boom, this thing's hitting for 5 damage, which is absolutely huge. The only thing that we didn't have going for us is a way to take out evasive characters, but that's all right. Kanai, super good. When this card is banished on your turn in a challenge, it goes back to your hand. The amount of times that I did that was a whole lot. You can really do the numbers because lots of these cards are hidden back for 2 damage, and then you just kind of gear up to do 2 challenges with Kanai back to back, and then you'd be good to go. This one, another damage modifier that worked so good. Somebody put out the like rush Sven, and I was able to get it done with these 2 cards. The Jafar says when you play this character, chosen character gets Challenger +2. This one also gives it a Challenger +2. It just cost me a little bit of ink. I did this on turn 4. I played this and then exerted this, and I was able to hit a Sven for a whole bunch. This Anastasia, I never got to play. It ended up in the inkwell. There was other stuff for me to do. I much rather preferred this Berloy. The 2/5 absolutely huge, and again, if you're pairing it with the damage modifiers, this thing can hit for 4/5, absolutely huge. So I liked him so much that I kept 2 of him in there. This Calhoun didn't use at all, always in the inkwell. Mother Gothel, some characters like Trusty have a 3/1 stat line, so if you already load up some damage on yourself, like using Kanai or something, then you can move the damage. This was my big hit from the packs. I got a legendary and foil Scrooge McDuck, but I'm running no items in the deck. But what I should have done is played the Spaghetti Dinner. The Spaghetti Dinner I ended up pulling 2 of, and it's super useful. I think Cecilia was the one that used this again. You pay down for 2, you exert, you pay 1 ink. If you have 2 or more characters in play, gain 1 lore. There's often times in sealed that you're going to be at 2 characters on board, so definitely recommend that one. The Scrooge McDuck, my big hit of the packs. Love to see him. I would put him down if I had to challenge the thing. Mostly I'm just using him to challenge. I didn't use him for much anything else. This Maid Marian cracked. So good. So all these are allies. So if your opponent challenges one of your ally characters and they do a damage to him, then we get to ping 1 damage wherever we want. Maid Marian's super clutch for that. And she can quest for 2. Remember, questing for 2, ultra good. You put this Snow White down, and then they can't remove it for the rest of the game because it says this character can't be challenged. There's no removal to take this out in Archazias Island, so it just stays there. This one, another ally synergy. This character, while it's exerted, your allied characters get +1 strength. So I did that again with the Hey Hey. All my ally characters that were my 1-drops, boom, they're getting exerted, and they're going to hit for even bigger numbers. If you pull an Aladdin, definitely recommend it because you can play an ally character would cost 3 or less for free, which was oftentimes. I actually got 2 free plays off of this Aladdin from questing. And then my smaller allies were able to challenge. The Fidget was use case, and I like preferred playing Aladdin when I had the Fidget in my hand. Like Fidget can keep stuff safe, but like, I don't know, this could cheat out more ink. Kind of worth it. Panic was able to ping some more damage. You got to load up some damage. It can be any character, and then it has to go to an opposing character. So Panic, really good late game removal. This King of Hearts, super good. So you would like ping some damage around, and then it says damaged characters can't challenge your characters. All of your characters, damaged characters can't challenge them. I like this King of Hearts a lot. He probably came down like 5 of my 6 games. Really liked him. He ended up in the drink, even though he has support. I played him once to challenge. This one has the same sort of thing. No, that's not the same sort of thing at all. I don't think I ever played this one. This Jafar, again, in the inkwell, unless I wanted to be able to quest for 2. The Treasure Guardian, also never really played. I wanted to play those other 4-cost cards. But if I did pull Treasure Guardian quest for 2, super good. The Gizmo Duck I thought was better than it actually was. Turns out, not that skibbity. It's got the 4/3 with the resist 1, and then when I read this line, I was like, ooh, that's pretty cool. Turns out it's not that cool. There's not a lot of times where your opponent's going to have a ready character that's damaged. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not falling for it. Sven, and Sven was the only 5-cost card that I actually played. Like, I'd get up to 5 ink, and then I'd stop. I stopped my curve at 6 because I did a whole bunch of test hands, and every time in my test hands, I couldn't get to 6 ink ever. Like, I'll show you what I mean. You shuffle up a little bit, you offer an opponent a cut, and then you take the 7 cards. We'll go through a little mulligan, and then we'll go through like a little round of what I do. So I'm looking for my 1-drops. If I don't secure my 1-drop, I kind of want to keep my 2-drop at least, and then I might keep a card that I know that I'm going to ink because I'm never getting up to 6 ink in this format because there's no ramping going on with this. So I'm literally going to put back 6 cards here because I don't want those. And then I'm going to do 3 more. I get a 1-drop, but not the best 1-drop. And then 3 more, and kind of punished on this one. But if I'm going second, it's a good deal because they're going to have an exerted character on turn 2. And then I'm going to play this on turn 3. Whoopsie. So I like that. That was my deck that I played. Should have played the Spaghetti Dinner because it's just free lore. I sure did challenge a lot. I took this guy out because, again, I'm never getting to 6 ink in this. Like, the amount of times that I play tested my card draw. I got one of those else's, but it doesn't have the cool little foil air. The foil's way better in these things, but you can see that the foil is like, where is it? I have 2 foil airs. They're not airs, they're just bad quality. So like on Marie, you can see that the foil goes all the way to the top now, like all the way up here. That's a little foil dot that wasn't like finished. And you can see that the foil is the entire card now. And then I want to show you the Pete card. This Pete card, super happy to get it because it's a super rare foil. That's a rare one, but if you look at it, this thing's got the nastiest print line. Look at that, it goes weep, and then it's got like all these scratches, like this was packed fresh, and it kind of goes crazy. So that's what we did. I recommend playing these cards in your sealed event, or if you get an items and bells, you can do the items and bells. But I was able to go 3-0 with this, and then we got 6 prize packs. Pretty good deal today for the release of Archazias Island. We got, oh, we needed that. If you get this in your sealeds, definitely play the Shift Baymax. Super useful. We got Lady and the Tramp, Iago, and then a Rhino rare. Ooh, pretty good cards in that pack, if I do say so myself. The Baymax. What else do we got? What rares do we got? We got Clarabelle. Haven't seen her yet. Got John Silver. It cost 8. You're not going to get there. And then this Diablo. So good in sealed, dude. It has evasive, and then it can be a challenger 3. It can be a 3-2 as early as turn 2. Name another card that can do that. Baymax? Nah, but this one's got evasive. This Diablo, super good. A welcome addition for sure. King Stefan, that's the one that the Candio revealed. Our rares Devil Eye Diamond. We got a legendary, the Tremaine, and a foil Yzma kitty. Yzma. Going to the rares. King of Hearts, again, super useful. Show me more. Each player draws 3 cards. Don't mind if I do. Ruby coil, looking for the Sapphire coil. This is number 20. Ooh. 2 more packs, and then we are stopping this video. We got our rare. We got the super rare Pongo, bring back the puppies, and the foil Calhoun. And then our last pack that we got for going to the event is right here. We got Ink Geyser, needed that. We got the rare Raya and a rare Madam M. Ooh, needed that. Super excited about the Ink Geyser.